So this is vid 2, and we split the engine. Just couldn't do nothing because I had to get them. They were godsend them for engines for your impact driver bits. So just going to start. See, all these is rounded off. They normally are. Impact driver should get them. It's an Allen key up and down there. Just get the gear stick off while I'm on. So that's the case off. I need another case with holes in and everything. Screw it round there. Front spotter off. Hopefully that's champion. That's good because the front spotter was stuck on. I thought it was rusty. And if that colour there rusts on, you have the game on getting them out. That's good. Just put that colour in there as well. And I'll get the flywheel nut off. You can't just get them this way by the impact driver. If not, you take the clutch casing off and lock on the primary drive so it locks that nut. I don't like to put a bar through there and lock the con rod to get this nut off, because if it's dead tight, or the primary drive's dead tight when you take them off, you're putting pressure on your con rod. Anyway, see if it comes off. Dead easy that. There'll be a little spacer in there. Which is that. The nut, we'll put them back on once I take the flywheel off. It's the old flywheel. So we'll get the old puller in it. Which is that one. Got two sides. You've got threads on that side and threads on that side. Anyway, put it in. But remember, it's reverse threads. When you put it in, instead of tightening it up, you tighten it up that way clockwise. You tighten it up anti-clockwise and it goes in. Get as far in the threads as you can. What I like to do on these, when you feel it tighten up properly, well, I never do it there. Normally I tighten them up because they're tight, and then when you feel it's tight, shot it with a hammer, because these threads aren't very good. I've ruined two of these by tightening them in, but anyway, it's come off. That's it there. It's a good flywheel actually inside. It's the 3NC one, so we'll just put that on there. And even look, I've just spotted that. Look at the woodruff key. There. It's absolutely flat. I don't know how that's been driving that. I can pop it out. There, look, I popped it out. It's tiny, that. I don't even know it's been running the flywheel, to be honest. Let's just have a check on the flywheel. There's the other bit in there in the flywheel. We'll just see if it will pop out. It was alright. That is aye. There's the bit of the woodruff key what was snapped off. So I don't know how it was even run, to be honest. The woodruff key in full how it should be. Right, we'll get the stator off now. So that's the two stator bolts out. Behind this, there's two bolts. There's one bolt there and two bolts there. I'll show what they are so you don't get them mixed up with these. I'm sure the two stator ones are the longest. But anyway, just going to get this little wire off down here on the neutral switch. Just so I can pull the stator out. Just pull that out now. Get it out of the way. That's the stator. Now we'll put the reed piece off. The reeds and gaps, that's not the right gap. It's stuck. I've got tons of these free ET inlets. Didn't know these were put on the older ones. I'd say that won't come up. We're going to pop all the bolts from around this side, just slacken them up, and then we'll go around the other side. Just don't forget that bolt in there, because you can get all these out. But this, if it's oily, you miss that. So just remember that one. And there's the two bolts I was just on about. You've got that one there, and there's two there, and your two stator ones. I'll show them when I get them out anyway. So I'm just going to slacken everything up. And that's them. I'll just get them out and show what they are, because you can get muddled up with these. Got this one out of there, and that's the short one. And you've got these two which are the same. That and that one. And that's them two out of there. That's the little one from the other side. And then you've got your two stator bolts that are longer than them all. So we can just put them five somewhere. And we'll get the case ones out and put them somewhere. And move them to the other side. So just take all the bolts out now. That's everything out on that side. Just one last check. That bolt, that bolt, that bolt. Oh, there's that one there, we take out. That one, it's all oily, so that's been leaking oil out the gear shaft seal. Got that one out, that one out, that one out, that one out, that one out. The three in there, so we're done on this side now. Now just pop all these bolts out, get the clutch casing off. See, all these are chewed up and rounded off as usual. Why it's good to use these, you can't get them out with normal screwdrivers, you just round them off. I'll just get that kickstart nut off as well. That's the kickstart off. That's the wrong nut, that. I'll probably have a proper nut upstairs, I'll put a proper one on. Proper ones are thinner. And here we'll just get the kickstart off. Should the tips all right. There. All these bolts sort of slack now as well, so we'll take all these out. Now pop the clutch off, the clutch casing, everything's stuck on. Some sort of cheap gasket sealer. I felt something drop, but it's probably the whitewasher off here. It always drops, gotta watch that. Still got the Yamaha gasket on, the thick black one. There's the kickstart shaft, that's all right. Oh, look at all that. And all that in there. So it's come off and done that, I don't know what would cause that. Clutch has got wear marks on it, so what the clutch has been hitting either. Hey, we'll get the clutch off now, so we can get into everything else. Just 8 millis. Don't use screwdrivers in there like that. Don't use that because they're round off. Get a good 8 milli source. I can't find my ratchet, this will do. There's 5 of them. And the clutch there, that circle. See a circle there. When I take this front plate off, this circle will be a circle behind. So you know it matches up properly. There's the springs, I'll probably be putting new springs in. There's the little bolts. And there's the circle I was on about. There's the circle. So it was lined up. Check the push rod for wear off the ball bearing. Stuck together. Put them in right because the second plate is this one. There's a one behind it, a black one, what goes on first, and it's the black bit's fatter. This bit's thinner diameter, or inner diameter, so that damper ring fits in. Like that. And that goes in. Sure. That one goes on first. One of these, all the other plates are like this with a fat fat thingy, and if you check that you can see the difference. So you've got that one, then a metal plate, then that one goes on second, and that damper ring goes in there. Anyway, that's all done. So put them plates out the way. And there's that little washer what always comes off on there. There's another one on the back of it. Just keep it there. I'm going to bang that tab back so we can get the nut off. That's the tab bent up. Don't bend it all the way up, just bend it a little bit. So when you put it back on, if you're going to reuse it, you can get behind it and bend it back over the nut. Right, I'm going to get the clutch holding tool on there. Take that nut off. That's it there, it just grips in. Just keeps it still so you can slacken that off. It slackens anti-clockwise as well. So if not, you just turn that, the full thing just turns. So that's that off with the nut. There'll be a plate behind it. That's it. So you've got that. That goes behind in there, then you've got your clutch basket. Check that, that's not too bad. Let's pull the clutch basket off. Always check behind straight away, and that's why. So you've got that washer, and you've got a fin washer on here. Well, it normally sticks onto there sometimes, but like I say, you've got that one as well. Check for your clutch as well. Hold that bit and hold that bit and rock it, and there's no movement in that, so that's a good clutch. Hasn't got much wear there neither, so that can go back in. That's the fin washer. It's concaved. You can see the concave on it. Take that sort of shape. Goes in that way. Anyway, put that with all them clutch bits, and put the gear shaft out. Just pulls out. Bit tight. Does look bent at the bottom, that's why it's hard to get out there. See, it is bent, so see it there, bends up, so that can just be chucked away, that put in the bin. This tab back on the top of that washer. Once again, don't tap it flat, just tap it off the nut so you can get into it. Right, we're going to take the kickstart idler off now while we're on. And we've got two circlips on here and two washers. So just gonna... There's one circlip, and there'll be a washer like that. There's two, they're exactly the same. Then your kickstart idler shaft comes off. Just check the back. So there's the other washer, it's just the same as that washer. And then we've got one more circlip here, and that's your circlip. So we'll put them out of the way and just pull this off. Got one washer there, I showed before that. There's one on the back. And they're just both the same. Put them out of the way. Now we're going to get a penny, take these two off. just going to put the nut back on there to protect the thread. So we'll take this one off first. Put the penny in there. It comes off anti-clockwise. So get this one first. And then get the penny out, put the penny in the top to get this one off. Sometimes tight these primary drive runs. And that's it slack now. I use that big bar. It's on dead tight. The penny, it's how tight it was on. This has got a space ring as well. That's a spacer, fits in that bit. There's a woodruff key as well. So that's that. Woodruff key. Just check them as well. There's two in this side, square ones, the other one's a little one, which is in there. Be checking that in a minute. But that woodruff key's alright. So take this off now. There's the plate. That's your balancer shaft cog. It's got a little circle there. When you line it up, that circle lines up with that circle on that cog. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. There's a little woodruff key out of there. Little square one, just check them both for wear or anything, but that's alright as well. Now, these two dodgy screws on the baffle plate, we'll see if we can get them out. That's a stroke of luck. Both come out easy. That's it, they've got no thread lock on the screws, so that's how I know somebody's put these two new screws in. But at least that's come off. There's the baffle plate. This cog will just slide off now. That's it there, there's the circle, what lines up with the circle on that when you set them. See the circles both lining up. There's big collar as well, this just slides out. Bang that out as well to get the crank seal out. That's that out with the screw. I'll just put the screw back in. Just put that down there. Now taking this little gear tensioner off. That's it there, just check if it's bent or not, so it's all straight, which it is. Check for wear around that wheel. Any flat spots, but it's alright. There's the spring, there's the nut with a countersunk. Put that nut in there. Just put them down there. See on the casing, 3BN01, Y1. It's out of a newer one. I think it might even be out of a Gilera electric start, same as a DTX, DTRE. 3BN02, Y2. Don't think there's any differences in them anyway. So it's ready to split now. Just remember to have your points, you see behind the gap, then points have got to fit through that gap. If you have the points like that, when you try and split it, it won't split, it'll hit them metal tabs and snap them off. So we'll have it there and keep checking when you've got the crank splitter on there. That's how you should have it, like that. So it goes through there, see how the point's going through. Have it there, it's not going to go through. Just have it there and keep checking it. So I'm going to get the crank splitter on now. Oh, and another thing I've found. There's only one shim in it. Oh. That's how far the thingy moves without the shim in there. I'll have a closer look when I get the crank out anyway. So we'll get this one on first. When you put this one on, when you tighten that into the crank, it pulls this side off. So just get this on. Just make sure they're tight. These three what you just put in. You always keep tapping your front sprocket because the front always opens first. And check that as well to make sure it's in line. So you just tap that and tap your selector drum. That's it. Slide that off. Some marks there in the bottom where there's something's been in the bottom of the crank. There's no little bits in now. Noisy main bearing that, listen. I always change them anyway when I split them, but I'll be putting these bearings in as well. That's the gearbox out. There's the balancer shaft, that just slides out. Just remember on this, if you're doing bearings, that side's different to that side. So that bearing in there is different to the bearing on the other side in that case, and it's smaller, so just get the numbers off them. Right, push the crank out now. I've got the gearbox first. There's the gearbox. Select the forks as always. So they haven't been rubbing, which is good. That bar's straight as well. So I fixed my friends and this bar was bent. Don't know how. And there's the gearbox. Looks good, and actually none of them are weird. If they're weird rounded on the edges, that's what makes your bike jump out of gear, because it stops there. But if they're rounded, this cog just hits it and skips over. That's how your bike jumps out of gear. Little dogs they're called, I think, or legs. I'm sure it's dogs. Anyway, them little things. We'll check this one on this gear shaft. And there's mint them. There's no way on them. So if them were both rounded, that would just, it wouldn't stop. That would jump out of gear as well. Them are alright on that side. Might have had a new gearbox. Oh, it's good condition. And they're alright at the bottom as well. And there's the ball bearing and the push rod as well. Tiny bit where that's where the ball bearing goes. It's a bit around there as well. It's just dropped out of there, that's where it goes. You put this one in first. And your ball bearing. And then that part with that push rod that goes in. So the ball bearings in the middle of the two pistons. Get them ball bearing and the push rod, keep them safe. Put them in the flywheel because they're magnetic. Right, now we'll push the crank out. We'll have a quick look at this as well. That's in mint condition as well. They normally wear right down them. So that's good. And the runners is good as well. That bearing, you never have to change that bearing anyway. You cannot, if you do, you've got to change the full lot, but that never ever goes. Right, push the crank out now. There's the other, I'll check that as well. There's the other selector fork. Nice and smooth, the bar's straight and the forks aren't weird. So that's good as well. So we'll just put them there, right. So we'll just push the crank out now. Put this back on. That's the crank out. It's an open down player. You can see, look, there's one shim there. And there's another shim. Inside the case on this side. And changed. Change that one anyway. Well, that's done. Thanks for watching. Sand everything down all these casings. All of the bits I need, the gaskets, the bearings. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably just get it rebuilt, the crank. But, next video will be getting put back together and that. Alright, thanks for watching.